Tonight, I have invited our following graduating seniors to share some highlights and successes from their pathway and their programs. So we have Kailtyn Restrepo presenting on the student leadership and their success with promoting school-wide positive school culture. Kaitlyn's going to come up first. Then we also have Danielle Paisley and Calla Park presenting on their Biomed capstone projects. And then Madisyn Schofield is here presenting on our recent opening on our Ranger Outpost online store. I'm so excited to hear from the kids.
So I'm here to share a little bit about the leadership program here. So I'm Kailtyn, I'm president of leadership this year. And I like to think about this year as kind of a build back year, because last year, coming off of distant learning, we didn't have many leadership activities, if any. We did have one virtual dance, but that was pretty much about it. So this year we had an amazing group of students, juniors and seniors, who really put on just amazing events. More recently, we had prom. That was just absolutely incredible, definitely a night to remember. And then the Rangers Assemble pep rally that we had, which was a school-wide pep rally, which we do annually once a year. And just hearing feedback from the kindergartners and the elementary kids, they absolutely loved it. And even feedback from high schoolers and middle schoolers, they also loved it. So that was really great. Next year, we are going to be joining student council and leadership together instead of having two separate programs. So it's going to be a lot bigger. We're also doing 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade instead of just juniors and seniors. And Mrs. Galicia and Mrs. Hartman will be taking over leadership next year. So I'm really proud of how the program has grown this year, especially coming back from distance learning and the COVID year, and bringing it back was just absolutely incredible, doing all the programs, or not the programs, the pep rallies and dances again, Winter Festival. It was a really great accomplishment that we all did and that we all had. So I'm really excited for what next year has. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you.
While she's setting up, I want to say student leadership has killed it this year. I think they did phenomenal. That pep rally, when my kids came home, could not stop talking about it. And the dances, I think I don't know if the board is allowed to, but I feel like student leadership should come to the board meetings and have a voice and talk and like report. I'm glad you invited them because I think it's really important for us to hear what the student and the leadership wants. It's just my opinion though.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Danielle Paisley, and I will be presenting my project on speech-language pathologists. So, just in case you don't know what a speech-language pathologist is, it is a medical professional that works to assess, diagnose, and treat and prevent communication and swallowing disorders in children and adults. They listen and communicate with patients in order to determine the appropriate treatment. SLPs primarily focus on speech sounds, how patients say sounds and put sounds together in words. I completed my internships with 2 speech-language pathologists at the Riverside County of Education and at Rancho Physical Therapy. So my first internship at the Riverside County of Education lasted from September 1st to October 16th. And this location primarily treats school-age children that struggle with English. And through this internship, I observed patients during their therapy sessions, and I learned some important career skills. I produced relationships with patients and also a more empathetic demeanor. I completed my second speech-language pathologist internship at Rancho Physical Therapy from September 15th to November 12th. And I also had the opportunity to observe other branches of therapy, including occupational therapy and physical therapy at this location. So going off of the images included on my poster, number 1 is a virtual meeting because many patients, this was during COVID and some patients felt more comfortable having virtual meetings, so we accommodated to the patient's requests. The second photo displays me and my mentor working with a patient, working on their speech sounds. Number 3 is Hello in ASL. ASL is widely used in the SLP field, so I did get to learn some basic ASL skills. Number 4 was a game that I was creating. Number 5 was just some laminating. And number 6, this is a DigiFlex hand exerciser. So I also had the opportunity to work with physical therapists and occupational therapists. So it was nice to get a view of all the different medical fields in the therapy. So yes. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Is this what you want to do?
I want to work in the medical field. I'm going into nursing though. Yes.
I was in speech therapy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I love that field. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello, board members, teachers, staff, students. So I first want to say I've never talked with a mic before, so we'll see how this goes. So I want to ask, has anybody's fingers or toes become numb because of the cold? Yes, lots of people. So basically, people with Raynaud's phenomenon get that, but like all the time. So my mom has Raynaud's. And basically, like almost every morning, her fingers become very numb, very white, and it's very hard for her to do things in the mornings. So I decided to make heated gloves. They are. I've looked up heated gloves online, but basically the only ones are like snow gloves, which if you've ever tried to do things with them, they're not very practical. I always just have to take them off even if I'm freezing. So I made more low-profile heated gloves. I could pass these around if you guys want to. So if you guys have ever used a heating pad before, that's basically what I made on them. I sewed on microwavable fabric, and then I filled it with rice. So you just kind of heat it up in the microwave for like 20 to 30 seconds, and it actually does get pretty hot after just 30 seconds. So with these, my mom is actually able to just wear them and she can like walk around and do things. Because normally she'll have to just sit like with the water running under her fingers, like really warm water. So it's very uncomfortable for her. So that's what I made. Any questions? Any questions?
Have you ever done Shark Tank?
No.
I'm not joking. There's actually a regional competition, and you can win money for your prize and have investors. And this is exactly the kind of stuff that they're looking for, is ingenuity in products. So you should really consider it.
That's a great idea. You could do ones for feet, because my wife's feet are always cold,
Yeah, I
too.
could do
That you could
socks.
slide it in, right?
I could do socks.
I could use those.
He's
for
just
my
trying to get out of a
handbag.
job.
I'll do like a full head to toe, like
Yes, yes. Thank you.
excellent.
Hi, so I'm also new to a microphone, so sorry about that. I have no cool inventions today, but I am talking about the Ranger Outpost store, so I say that's pretty cool in its own way. But before I can talk about that, I did want to thank the staff members who were involved in that process. So, of course, my business teacher, Mr. Alavi, who offered consistent mentorship through the process, but would allow us as the students to make decisions for the store. Mr. Abayo, who provided a little home for our store in the snack shop and the gym. Miss Possolini over there, who created not only marketing emails, but was able to help establish this through her relationship with Mr. and Miss Chan, who run Starlink. And then Miss Thompson for being amazing with money and tracking all of our finances and solving a little problem we ran into, which I'll mention in a bit. So how did this all happen, right? Like, when did the business class do this? I thought it was Ranger Station. So Miss Possolini and Mr. Lavi organized a day for Mr. and Miss Chan to come to our classroom. I believe it was during a C day. And they talked about their company, Starlink, which is basically they put their logos and products on items. So for example, I don't believe that's Starlink. Oh, it is? That's pretty cool then. They just have logos, and you're like, bam, look at this, advertising. It's very important in business. So they talked to the class, and we answered and asked a lot of questions. And it was decided that our store, we would run a little branch of the Ranger Outpost. So the customers could do the Ranger Outpost website, or we have our own little website, and they would pre-order on the website and pick up their items in store. And that was the amazing idea Ms. Thompson had, because we were like, well, how should we handle them paying the products? Do they bring cash? Can we accept credit? What about Venmo or Apple Card? So I was like, okay, they go on the website, they pay then, the parent or a student can pick up their products with proof of purchase. So we have lovely receipts every single meeting. We look at the names, we're like, okay, cool. So a big part of this was keeping track of inventory, but how do we get that? So Mr. Chan was kind enough to actually deliver the products to the school so that we wouldn't have to charge our customers shipping, because we wanted fair but reasonable prices for our customers, because you don't want to scare them away. That's a bad business tactic. And if I had to explain this experience in one word, there are so many, but I believe collaborative is the best one, because this whole thing was centered around class discussions. What products are we going to sell? For that, we discovered we wanted to sell not only to students and staff, but also to parents. So we have a staff favorites section, we have an athletics section, we have all the sections. You guys should really check it out. They got great stuff. Just saying. We also said, we need a place. And I believe it was Mr. Arballo who brought up the idea, hey, no one's using the snack shop right now. It's pretty handy. We can open the gate for the chips. It would be from 7:50 to 8:40, so there'd be plenty of time for parents to come and get their orders. Now, what about prices? So that one took a little long to decide, but us as a class were like, okay, well, for this item, I think it should be this. If it's like a shirt, it shouldn't be as much as a hoodie. Or if it's shorts, what about this? So eventually we found prices that our customers do seem to like, so woohoo for us. We also needed marketing, which Ms. Posolini played a big role in, as well as a student named Melinda Nowicki, who is amazing and basically headed all of marketing. So she would draft emails, make flyers. Of course, we all try to help, but Melinda's unstoppable, so she does her thing. Although we did have little games that show who can make the best flyer. Let's hang them around the school. Who can go the fastest? Just trying to make this as fun and inviting for the students as possible, so they don't have to see this, oh, yeah, I have to go do this thing during this class, SRA. No, we want it to be fun and have character traits and everyone be happy to be there, because we are interacting with the customers face to face, and you do not want grumpy customer service. That just scares everyone away. And then we always had to meet with staff members. We're like, okay, before we drag everyone into things, let's talk to them, because cooperation is an important thing in a decision. Because we're cooperating not only with Starlink, who was, again, amazing to help with us, we are cooperating with parents, we are cooperating with students and staff, and even our own class, like what works with schedules, like finals week. So we had last Friday be our last one because we have finals, and we don't want everyone to be like, I have finals, I have store, wait, where do I go? So that everyone can get there, because academics is always important, as SRA shows. And a part of this is, I believe I mentioned this already, being responsible for the inventory, tracking. Okay, are we making profit? Is people buying it? Have we plateaued? How can we get people aware? We have announcements, we have flyers, we have emails. We have even personally emailing the teachers going, hey, like, don't forget to pick up your orders. We don't want you to miss out. These are amazing products, amazing prices. Let's go, go, go. All the great business terms we've learned in the 4 years. So I think as I've talked to other classmates, because I wanted not only my voice spoken, but other classmates as well, we've all discussed that, yes, we love learning behind the scenes of a business and knowing how it works, because there are several in our class who want to go into business. And even if they don't, they're helpful tools, because you have to learn how to work with others. That's the biggest thing, because you are working with peers in whatever career field you go into. And while you are learning how to voice and fine-tune your own opinion, you have to make sure it works with others. It's collaboration, everyone. It's the most important thing. I believe it's the key to success for our store. Thank you.